I read 4 books last week. Let's talk about it. Starting with Reclaiming Our Space by Feminista Jones. I just started this for Freedom Readers, and it's really good so far. I'm only a few chapters in, but it talks about Black feminism in online spaces and offline spaces, which is a topic that I love to read about, so I'm already enjoying it. Next, we have The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin, the third and final book in the Broken Earth trilogy. And this book, this series, this trilogy will literally stay with me for the rest of my life. I'll probably end up recording an entire YouTube video about my thoughts about the entire series. I don't think there's any fantasy or sci-fi series that is touching the Broken Earth, in my opinion, and I would highly recommend. I will be reading more of N.K. Jemisin. Next, we have Space Truck by Paige Lewis. So, I'm not a big poetry reader, but this is the book that we're reading for book club at work, and it's really short. It took me like an hour to just sit down and read. I also did an immersive read, which is really nice to hear the poetry actually be spoken aloud as well as reading it on page. I think because I'm not a big poetry reader, this didn't really stick out to me. I do think that the topics that it explores are really interesting. It obviously has to deal with space, so traditionally you think of outer space, but also just the physical space and how people and living beings and things take up physical space. I think if that interests you, if you're a big poetry reader, I would say read this. I also ended up looking up who the author was, and I found out that they're married to the poet that wrote Martyr. So I thought that was interesting as well. This will probably not stick with me per se, but it was just something different in what I usually read. And the final book that I'm reading is How Beautiful We Were by Mbolo Mbue, and I am already loving this book. I'm only a chapter in, but I already know that this is going to be a really good read for me, so I'm really eager to get more into this story.